Yes, we are back.
Yes, good to see you. Hoping that the others will also join because the instruction was passed earlier. Hoping they'll join soon. Right, yeah, I see people coming back. Good, good, good. Okay, yes, Amos, I think you can continue. That was quite very insightful. Yes, so maybe you could just pick up from this. Just we were logged off, and then maybe a minute or two wrap up. But yeah, you can just use 1 minute or two to just put the whole conversation together again. But that was quite insightful.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Jerry. So I was saying we have to be actively involved in politics at the local government level, especially because that is where you begin to, clear the road for whatever impact you have to make. They say charity begins at home. So you start at that level. And then another question was about strategies that young people use to influence political decision making in their communities. If you ask me, I tell you it's unity. It's one thing that is lacking, is an ingredient that is most important as far as decision making is concerned as regards politics, especially in our communities. You need to have a vision. You need to have goals as youth, as a people, and then you need to unite. You need to make sure that your voice is heard for you to be able to be considered, in whatever decision that is to be taken as regards your immediate community, as regards your local government, as regards youth in general. So basically, it's getting that voice, and you can only get that voice if you are united, if you have goals, you have vision for, the local government, your community, and all of that.
All right, great.
So that is
okay. So let me put in a very tight spot now. Let me put in a very tight spot, right? And I want to answer with a yes or no. Yeah. So my question is, do you think, because now that we have local government autonomy, right? Do you think that in Benue we have the right infrastructure to perform well in Benue State now that we have autonomy at local government level? Yes or no?
Is that a question for me?
Yes.
Yes, please. Yes, we do. Okay. Yes,
great.
Please.
Let's just go.
Jerry, your network is breaking. Jerry.
Okay.
Work on that.
Sorry about that. Okay, I like that answer. We'll come back to that answer. Okay, thank you, Sir Amos, for your response. That was quite insightful. Unity is key so that we have a voice that we can actually push forward, right? So my next panelist will be Thomas, who is still here. And I'll also combine two questions here and I expect to get your expertise on this. The question is, how do you think local government elections can shape the development of Benue State? And then combine that with what are the expectations for the incoming local government chairman? What should be their top priorities? I have two questions that you respond to. How do you think local government elections can shape the development of Benue State? And what are the expectations for the incoming local government chairman? What should be their top priorities? Thomas, go back to you. Your network is good enough for you to speak.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jerry. Despite the fact that you're breaking, but I got you right. I got you quite fine. Now I'm going to straight I'm going to go straight to the question. 4-5. How do you think local government elections can shape the development of Benue State? It's very simple. Now, I will take you back to history. There is no particular governance that has effectively performed without having a structured local government system. There is none. I'm from Ushongu, and I will tell you categorically that nobody has done anything that can be likened to when Kezia was there, to when Kugbe was there. Now, we need the local government elections in such a way that we should have, I want to see arrogant local government chairmen. I want to see chairmen that will challenge the status quo. Yes, quite fine. They say the governor is challenging some status quo, and people are saying he's performing, right? Now, I want to see local government chairmen that will challenge the status quo as it affects local government commission. I want to see somebody that will be free from the entanglement of the local government commission and be a substantive chairman that will stand and say, yes, this is my people. And this is exactly what I want for them. We cannot effectively have a good society when we do not have people at the lowest cadre, the lowest executive council that are not independent. And I keep asking questions. I was asking somebody, I said, okay, who's going to perform the elections? Now, if we have INEC performing a local government elections, where we have a substantively elected local government chairman, devoid of whatever interference, we have somebody that can stand in like a mayor, where you can even come in as an independent candidate. People vote you in, and you know that the mandate belongs to the people. Just the way Benue State is going right now, I think we're going to have a very, very smooth system. The elections in local government council is very, very fundamental to the freedom that we yearn. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
It's very, very fundamental to the freedom that we gain. Yes. Now, these elections that we're talking about right now, it is the key to everybody's freedom. It is the key to returning us back to the days of glory. We once had a day of glory. We once have those periods. We need to go back to them. I heard the former panelists, they said, yes, these days is majorly selection. And I think for as long as I've grown in Benue, I've seen a lot of selective processes. And as it stands right now, in both camps, in PDP, APC, and whatever, I am still seeing some traces of suppression. Now, the question now is, we need to have a local government system where somebody can just come in, a son of nobody can just come in, become the chairman, and understands very well that this and this and this is what the people want. Now, what are the expectations of the incoming local government chairman? Now, we all know the problems of an average person in the rural area is health and education. Basically. Now, we have a local government primary education board. We have a primary healthcare center. Now, these boards are being taken to Makodi. The question is, why can't we have a chairman that takes cognizance of the health of the people in that local government, takes cognizance of education in that local government? And I think on the average note, the income that comes to the local government sector should be within the range of hundreds of millions. Now, if you even give an ordinary person 400 million to develop Ushongu every month, I think it's a big deal. The average street in Ushongu is not up to a quarter kilometer. The average street, or let me just say 0.6 kilometer at the average. Now, that would cost less than, because we are not in the rural area, that would cost less than, let's say, probably 3.6 to 4 million to grade effectively. Now, what are we talking about? If we have these people, the expectations what we are expecting the local government chairman to come and execute is health. Reduce the people's burden on health. We have a lot of primary healthcare centers that are defunct. We have people graduating from nursing schools and a plethora of these health centers, unemployed. Engage these people. The private sector is picking them and paying them peanuts. Pay them peanuts, and then the burden is on the people to pay. The question is, employ these people, bring them into the local government sector, just the way we used to have chew then. We all met chew. Once you are a chew, immediately you finish in a car, they are taking you to the local government. Where have those things gone? Those important initiatives, where have they gone? Nobody's engaging them. I am seeing nurses unemployed.
Okay.
I am seeing primary health care workers unemployed.
Okay, Thomas, striking point, right? A very good point. Very good point. I hear health, I hear education, I hear in the health, I hear human resources management, I hear all of that, right? Amazing. I think I like the direction of the conversation. It is pushing us towards being very optimistic that the LJ channel will perform, because now that there's autonomy, it means that they have authority over their own allocation. So if by what you have said means anything to them at all, then they should have no excuse to not perform, because now that they have autonomy, it means that they have money at their disposal to be able to prioritize correctly and then do what is needed of them. Amazing conversation there.
Jerry, sorry to interject. There are so many points, you know. But as a very, very economical person, I like going straight to the point. Once you target education and health, you have reduced the poverty level in the rural areas by more than 0.65%. By ratio. That is 60%.
Great. All right. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that index, that 60% that you just mentioned. I think in the wrapping up, I have something around that 60%, reducing poverty ratio. Yeah, I think I like that point. All right. So we will find a way to navigate through. I think Beston has a meeting by 9. So I would like for him to just maybe respond to maybe one, and then he can actually go, because we will also not stay too long as well. But then Beston, in 3 minutes, I would like for you to respond to number 8. Number 8 is, what role can technology and social media play in promoting political awareness and encouraging youth participation? Beston, if you're here, your network is strong enough, please respond to that question number 8.
Okay, thank you very much for that question. So there is we are talking about election, we're talking about politics. So talking about technology now, there is a pre-election phase, there is a election phase, and then there is the phase of governance. So social media, as we all know, has to do with passing of information, transmitting of information through users of the platform. So we can use this to create awareness. So many times people contest for elections and we don't know what they want to do. A few of them have manifestos, they seem to present plans that they want to implement when they get to the office. But most people don't get to know about those manifestos. So that is a one way that social media can help to create that awareness. So why not push those content to the masses on the internet using the power of social media? And then that is just one. And then also organizations that are trying to bring up youth to educate them as to why they need to participate in politics. They could also use the power of social media And these days, you could use run ads targeting the particular demography of the people that you want, and they will get to receive the information easily and fast. So that is one way. And then on the part of during the election, we can also use social media to relate information as to what is happening in a polling unit or in the general security information, so that people get to be conscious and then know how to respond to issues or to carry themselves around. So social media is like a world of its own. We are bringing the physical environment to the online space. So everything that we do physically could be done there, and then to help. So now the government as well could use social media to interact with the masses. I saw one of the posts that was made by the media aide of the governor. One of these days, he was trying to seek for information from the masses. It was about Tea Day celebration. So they made the post and was asking people about where they would like the Tea Day to be hosted. I think most of those things, a government that is aware, that wants to seek information from the general public, the masses, could use social media in that way and get a lot of information, a lot of critical information they will now sit down and look at it and form a plan out of it and address issues that are actually affecting the society. So social media, we don't have much time. So that is on the part of social media. Of course, much can be done there. And then when we talk about technology, and then we are talking mostly about youth here. Mr. Jerry mentioned that it is not only about leadership or not only about government. We, the youth, we, the masses too, have a part to play. And we're talking about youth. And then I also believe that it is not just about the government, because if any change happens in the society, if you look at it very well, most of the transformation that we see happening in the society is from the private sector. The government only creates that enabling environment. So, and I'm a business person, so I believe so much in that. I watched a documentary about the men who built America. If you look at if you watch that documentary and you see people like Henry Ford, people like Roosevelt, people like Carnegie, these were the people who discovered a lot of minerals, and they were able to build businesses out of it and then transform that economy. But that happened because, in a way, American government was able to establish that environment for them to be able to thrive. One of the panelists here mentioned about law and order. If there is no law and order, it is to be very difficult for the masses to create ideas and implement those ideas to bring change in the society. That's a part that government has to play. If there are taxes, a lot of taxes, and then illegal ones, to that matter, most of them, in the society, businesses will not thrive, ideas will not thrive. People would rather run away from such environments and prefer better environment where they can execute their ideas without so much extortion or something. So government also has a part to play. So now technology, this is actually where the world is going. Technology. You've been hearing of AI, you've been hearing of machine learning, you've been hearing of data science, you've been hearing of a lot of digital marketing, digital skills out there. The government that is responsible, that has a plan, is supposed to look into this. For me, I would say that in every local government, we should have tech hubs. Tech hubs there are youths that are not doing anything. Most of these youths, they are not doing anything. I could blame them, but not wholly, because some of them are not aware that they can actually do something with their lives. They are not aware. So, but let's assume that now I'm from Vandikia. So in Vandikia town, our chairman is able to establish a tech hub there where you bring resource persons who are well knowledgeable in tech skills, coding. A lot of them that we cannot, I'm sure most of us know. The major challenge that we usually have is the youth don't know what they want to do with their lives. If that awareness is created, it will help them. And then some that have this knowledge, they don't have the devices, they don't have laptop, they don't have internet, they don't have light, that is electricity. So if we have all these things there, and then we also have workspaces where people can come, sit in a quiet environment, and they're able to brainstorm on ideas, use the internet, and all of this, it will go a long way. So that is on the side of equipping the youth with technological skills.
Okay,
But then
okay.
when you move there,
Sorry,
okay.
I'll cut in.
Okay.
Amazing points. Thank you so much. That was an amazing point. I think
It's okay.
we can make sure to extend the conversations around having a market where all of these skills can also feed. Because if you create an environment where you give people a lot of skills, but then you don't have a market for them, I mean, worst case scenario, they leave the state, right? Because at the end,
The
everybody's
market
looking.
is there. The market is there. They can sit in Ivandicare and work remotely.
Okay, great. That's a conversation that we would like to push further, because there's a lot that some of us who are in the NGO sector now, we see how some of these things thrive, right? And then we hope that as we have these conversations further and further and further, I mean, we'll be able to share this knowledge out. They should put all of this out. Now, I like the responses that are coming in, and I like the as we are conversing. Right. So thank you, Beston, for that. I know you have a meeting by 9. It is fine if you leave.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So Thomas, well, I see your hand. Okay. I said 1 minute for that hand, and then we'll take the next question. Thomas.
Yeah, thank you so very much. 1 minute for that, and I want to say something. Beston said something that was so cool. I like that. You know, most Benuelites, I call them. Let me just say Benuelites, do not understand that what we spend on Facebook, the data they spend on Facebook for the past 2 years, is something that could have made them expert in several things. You know, the data you spend on Facebook criticizing and bantering, you know, is enough to make you an expert in something.
Right. Nice.
10 gigabytes is enough to make you an expert in IT.
That's nice. Yeah, I like
Good.
that. I like
data
that
science.
one. I like that one.
But
Great.
we see guys spending 2 gigabytes, you know, monthly on Facebook. Anyway, I think it's just by the way though.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. Good addition there, right? Using what you have to make profits, like to become very profitable. That's an amazing point. Right, I like that. Okay, so Becky, I see you are here now. I'm hoping that your network is strong enough. Since you are working on doing a mindset reorientation, I think I would like for you to respond to question number 9, which says, how can youths prepare themselves to become effective leaders and participants in governance, right? So, Becky, if your network is strong enough, would you be kind enough to respond to that question number 9? If your network isn't strong enough, because network is really not being friendly to a lot of persons today, I might want to push that to someone whose network is better, so we will save time. Okay, so Barrister, I'll come back to you now. Barrister Amos, I'll come back to you now, right? So The question number 6 says, in your view, what are the key areas where local governments have failed? I think Thomas will mention a lot of others, mention some parts of the PHCs being deformed, they're not really very functional. You go to an LGA, you can only point 1 or 2 PHCs, but then we have more than 17,000 of these PHCs. I'm in the development sector where we have to work with a lot of these PHCs, right? One of our directors is working on a project to make investment plans for about 17,600 PHCs within 4 years. And then I was asking myself, so we have up to that number of PHCs in Nigeria, right? So it shows the amount of rottenness that is in our system that has really crippled a lot of things, right? So just to throw more, just to shine light on that part, would you mind responding to question number 6?
Of course. I think the question should be, what areas have they not failed? Because
I like that one.
That's the question. What area have they not failed? None. In fact, as of today, as we have this meeting, there is no, in real sense, there is no local government system in Nigeria. If we are fortunate to have some buildings they call local government secretariats in our part of Benue State. In some parts of Nigeria, there is nothing like local government secretariats even. So the question is, where have they not failed? And we should be talking about giving, I think, history. If this local government autonomy scales through, that we can't be talking about a local government system. And they failed in everywhere. And just as you've identified the primary health centers, education is down. The markets are down. The roads, rural roads are not there. Everything. We only look forward to having these things. And you see, let me tell you something. As a student of tax, I know that, you see, nations grow when they invest in infrastructure. When you invest in infrastructure, you collect tax. And when you collect tax, you recycle the money into the infrastructure and you collect bigger money by way of tax revenue. And that is how nations are built. You go to London today, any part, the developed world, you enjoy electricity, you enjoy good roads, they are not free. Government provide these things so that you pay through, sometimes you even pay through your nose, but you don't know you are paying because you are enjoying it. So we look forward to perhaps with this, the present local government autonomy that the Supreme Court has delivered a very sound judgment. If this executive arm implement it, and please, that be at the National Assembly for a commission to conduct local government elections. It has passed the first reading. I pray it sees the light of the day so that these structures they call state electoral commission should be scrapped. And we have a good, reasonable elections. When we do, and we have local governments that are executives that are truly elected, and they develop the roads, they develop the farms, they develop the markets, the schools, hospitals, and generate tax revenue to be recycled into further development of our people. That is when we'll be having good life. And let me tell you, if local government system is working, there will be less congestion in the city. So people can stay in their homes. At the local government, you build, instead of building your house in Abuja, you build it in your village, where you have everything you can have in Abuja. And you operate from there and become a billionaire in your village. You see? So everything is wrong with the local government. Everything is wrong. And so I think what our new local government chairman should do as we march into the next election, God willing, an independent local government system, I look forward to seeing a local government that is desirous of building infrastructure and generating tax money, tax revenue. It is very critical. We need the schools back. The schools need to be back because these private schools we have at the local government level, they are killing us. They are killing the generations yet unborn. I went to a public school, a community school in my local government. I know what I got. Those community schools are dying. Public schools are dying. They are dead. Private schools, you see somebody who just left secondary school teaching in the secondary school. My brother, God help us. We need to have local government infrastructures in the local government. As Thomas said, when we're growing up in our local government headquarters, we had light. Kezia Agundu gave us generator that was powering the whole town. Now there's nothing like that. We need to see forward-thinking local government that can even think, ambitious projects like even power generation. It won't be bad, and life will be good at the grassroots, and there will be less attention on the presidency and governors. People will hold their local government accountable. They enjoy their homes and decongest the city, and there will be employment, because when you build infrastructures, there will definitely be employment. So that's what I look forward to. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Jerry, are you there?
Yes. I'm saying nice conversation.
Loud
right?
and clear.
Yeah, wonderful conversation. Like the insight, I appreciate the fact that our conversations are complementing each other. The other person comes and then leverages on the other, builds on the other, and then we have overlapping ideas. That's amazing. Shows that we're thinking in the right direction. Right. So, we will not stay forever. However, I hope that Elijah has struggled with network for a while. So I think what we'll do now is, as we try to, these conversations will keep happening. Hopefully we'll have another round of these conversations, right? Like I said earlier, we cannot exhaust all in one conversation. So what we'll do is we will hold and then speak in our next meeting. So what I'll do now is I will take us there's a question here that says, what message do you have for the youth of Benue State ahead of the local government elections? So I'll have Elijah speak 2 minutes. 2 minutes, Elijah. What message do you have for the youth of Benue State ahead of the local government elections? If your network is strong enough for you to speak, you can speak to that. However, okay. Your mic is not muted, so I think the network is not really very, very good. Okay, so I'll throw that question to Seav Amos. What do you have to say? 1 minute. What message do you have for the youth of Benue State ahead of local government elections? 1 minute. Seav Amos.
This is autonomy, Mr. Jerry. This is autonomy. And we are hoping that starting from here, things get better. On a very personal ground, where 1, 2, 3, 4 youths are gathered, I love to talk to them. I love to engage them. I want them to understand that we can, as youths, make that change. And we can only do that if we have vision. We have set goals that influence positively, not just where we are. I mean, not just our immediate families, but goals that affects our immediate societies. Talking about the local government.
All right, thank you. That's
this is where we get actively engaged in this present local government elections. We should be involved. We should unite. We should come together with our set goals, our visions, and all that, together as a people, decide what we want for ourselves as youths, and then get actively involved in the process, where we get to use, technology and the likes to make our voices be heard. Let us not allow them decide for us. Let us decide for ourselves.
All right, I'm gonna have to cut you short. Thank you for that point.
For whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. We're running out of time. I'm gonna have to cut you short. So, Thomas, 1 minute. what message do you have for the youth of Benue State ahead of the local government elections? 1 minute, Thomas.
Oh, thank you very much. Jerry Ulaa, can you hear me clearly?
Yes, go ahead, please. 1 minute.
What I want to tell the youths is just in one word. They should uphold their values. They should know who they are. They should know what they want.
Great. Uphold your values, know who you are, know what you want.
Know what they want. They
Great.
should not, their refusal, their propensity for refusal of any vice should be very high.
Great.
If
That's
you
nice.
if you check within yourself and you know this is not good for you, and you know you're giving birth to a child that is just 2 years old, check what that child is going to face in front. If you know very well that's not what you wish for that child, please kindly reject that proposal immediately without fear or favor, even if it's your father that is proposing it. It's about our children. It's about it.
All right. Thank you, Amos. Thank you, Thomas, rather. Amos, 1 minute. What message do you have for the youth of Benue State ahead of the local government elections? 1 minute, Thomas. Amos.
Yeah. In less than a minute. Look, politics is not done only on social media. Get your PVC, go to your village and vote.
I like that.
Make your vote to count. It's not about this person did this person. Some of those people are on social media, they don't even have PVC. They don't even know where their polling unit is. I live in Abuja now. I and my wife vote in my village. Even this one, I'm going to my village to vote. Go and vote. Participate.
Now,
thank you.
Let's use our social media platforms to advocate for people to go to the villages and to vote, right? I like that part. Okay, so we have less than 3 minutes. Wonderful conversations. Thank you very, very much, our panelists. You did justice. I'm hoping that based on my work schedule, I'm hoping to get some slots where I'll come over and we'll sit together and set up a town hall meeting where we'll do physical conversations and have very meaningful insight posted on whatever newspaper that is available. We'll try to reach out to some contacts at the Benue TV to see how we can also host this on that as well. These are plans that are on ground. Hopefully that happens in the nearest future. And then at the end of it all, let me tell us where we're headed here. Hoping that when we now meet physically, which is going to definitely by God's grace happen this month of October, we will push towards starting up an accountability court, right? An organization that holds people in office accountable. We'll do proper registrations. We have Amos here, who is a legal professional, who will tell us the implications of that, what is needed to have such an organization registered, have MOUs with the government signed, the state government have collaborations with the government signed, where we'll be responsible for building the scorecards of whoever is holding any public office. That's how Forbes started. Forbes started like that. And then today, Forbes are the ones who declare that somebody is on the list of richest men in the world. This is how organizations start, right? They start gradually and then they grow into something big. We have the capacity here. We have lawyers here. We have people who have been in the public space for a very long time, right? We have people who are in the banking sector. We have people who are financial experts here, people who have organizations that are trying to reorient the minds of people. We have web developers. We also have a social media expert here. And then myself, I'm a monitoring and evaluation expert in the development sector. So we put all of these heads together and we come up with an organization that is holding public office holders accountable for what they said they were going to do. We will be the ones responsible for bringing the scorecard of whoever is in office, conducting surveys, conducting evaluation analysis across board, and telling the people the way it is, right? It's a long shot and it's a big vision, but hoping that whatever things that we said here has pointed towards that direction, and hopefully we'll be hearing from each other very soon. This conversation will still happen again, hoping that this yields fruit. The video, I've recorded the video. I'll make sure to make it available so we can share with whoever we need to share for this message to spread. Thank you. We don't have any much time again. Thank you for joining. Have a wonderful night. See you again in the next session. Bye-bye for now.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
I really
appreciate it.
Thank you a lot, Mr.
Thank
Jerry.
you very much
Thank you.
for this wonderful session. Good night, everyone.